You greedy bitches! I'm back with another ridiculous story. How are you? This story actually pisses me off. Like, this was the worst prom I had ever gone to. Like, it fucking sucked. And like, by the end of high school, I had gone to like 8 different proms. So, just to give you an idea of how much this fucking sucked, like, today is just as ridiculous, if not more ridiculous than the last. So, if you didn't come here for ridiculous, go home. Before I start today, I just want to ask you to hit that subscribe button, dude. Please. Today's story is the same psycho boyfriend from the Psycho X promposal story. This was the junior prom, not the senior prom. The promposal was for the senior prom. I said no to it. This was the junior year. You should definitely go back and watch the other video though, because it's just as funny. Yeah, so I would definitely describe this night to be one of the definitely ranking very low. Like, I wouldn't say that it was literally the worst night of my life. I would just say that, like, it was just by far, like, the worst prom, like, experience. Like, so it's probably, like, the worst school function experience, like, period. And so, basically, you know, like, the only real context to this story is, like, I was dating this fucking psycho dude for, like, a really, not a really long time. It was like a year. Just to give a little more background, I was like a freshman when I went to this prom, so I was like 14. Yeah, so basically, obviously, the story starts on prom day. I bought a dress from like Rue 21, I think, when that was like a store. And I had like my friend's sister do my hair, and I did my own makeup. And I just looked cute. Hold on. I actually don't even know if I have pictures from this event because I was so pissed about it when everything was said and done. I was so pissed. I'm pretty sure I deleted like all the pictures of me from this particular day. Basically, you know, it's like prom day. So I go to his house and then like we take pictures and then his mom like drives us to prom and we're there. So, like, you know, I'm going to prom, like, this is exciting. Like, I'm a freshman, I'm at prom, like, freshmen aren't supposed to be at prom, like, this was so lit. So, I am so fucking excited to be here. I'm like, oh my fucking god, I'm at fucking prom, like, oh my god, like, and I was just having, like, a good time. And he had this best friend. At the time, my boyfriend's best friend was a girl, so like I'm just gonna like switch the names so that I can like tell a story and have it not be confusing, but like these aren't the real people's names. So like let's just say his best friend is Ashley or whatever. So Ashley like comes up to me at prom and like we're having like a totally normal conversation like about like I don't even fucking know, like Urban Outfitters or something. And then, literally out of nowhere, she just says to me, she goes like, you know he doesn't like your dress, right? And I was like, what? Like, literally what? Because, like, we were literally having, like, the most normal conversation. And then she just said that. So, like, I literally didn't even know, like, what she was talking about. I was like, what are you talking about? And so then she was like, wait, hold on. Now I have to replace... Now I have to replace my ex-boyfriend's name. Let's just say that his name is like Tony. And basically, Ashley is like, well, yeah, like, I can't believe you didn't even notice, like, Tony doesn't like your dress, and, like, everyone knows it. And I literally was like, oh my fucking god, like, what the hell? Like, actually, what the fucking hell? Like, why would you just tell people that you hated my dress and like not say it to my face, like that's so fucking embarrassing. Like also like I'm literally like a freshman. Like why does anybody fucking care about like what I'm wearing? Like it was just so like fucking real. Like it was just so like, oh my god, like I actually feel like shit. Like this person just came up to me in person and literally told me that my boyfriend is telling everybody, like literally everybody, that he hates my prom dress. So then like I almost feel like I just have to let it like slide off because it's like prom. You know, I was like, I'm not gonna like fight this bitch, like we're at prom. And so like we get like halfway through the prom, so it's probably like 9:30 at this point. But I totally didn't mention this earlier in the story, but my ex had like a sister and she was special needs. So basically like she was at prom, but like the special needs kids left prom at like 9:30. Like they like would just go home earlier than everybody else. And so his mom was there to pick up his sister. And like basically she was like, well, I don't like want to drive back here and pick you guys up later, so like you need to leave right now. And then he got like totally pissed, like usual, like that's just all he fucking does. So after she says this, he just can't help but like start a huge fight with her. So then he's like, no, like I need to stay here, which like is like totally reasonable, like it's like your prom. But yeah, so then she was like, well, you guys can stay here, but like I'm gonna watch you the whole time. So for the entire rest of the prom, we ended up like just sitting at the table because she was like standing in the doorway like watching us, like for the entire prom, like was just watching us like with literally nothing else to do. So the prom was like about to end at this point, and so then I was like, okay, like we're gonna go. And then he grabs my hand, like of course, like I should have known that this was coming. He grabs my hand and he was like, no, like my friends have like an after party, like we have to go to it. He's like, this is my prom, like I deserve to go to the after party, like I need to go to this party. And I was like, oh my god, fine, like we can go to the fucking party. I'm like, we're gonna get in trouble though, like you do know that, right? And he was like, yeah. So then like we left like all of our shit on the table because he just started like running, like then we like got to the hotel room and like everyone was like getting into party clothes and like it was supposed to be lit. And Ashley's grandmother had rented out this hotel room because at the time the prom was it was being hosted at like a resort, so like you actually could get like a hotel room because it was like in a hotel, it wasn't in like a regular banquet hall. That's how they were able to get the room, because nobody was 18. And like obviously it's a prom after party, so like they snuck alcohol into the hotel. So his mom keeps texting him. She's like, come down, like come back here, like blah blah blah. And then I'm like, dude, we should just go home before we end up ruining this after party, because like he would just like do that. Like him and his mom throw scenes that like destroy events. Like they will like end events. Like people will be like, okay, like let's all go home now that this is over. And like so like I literally told him, I was like, yo, like we gotta get the fuck out of here. And he was like, no, like fucking usual. Like I totally should have seen this coming, but like this is why, like I don't even know if I have a piece of advice for it. Like god, like just be careful who you date, dude. And of course, because he always needs to be like obstinate as fuck for like no type of reason, we were still in this room and I was like, oh shit. And so then his mom keeps texting him, and it gets to the point where she was like, if you guys don't come down here in 15 minutes with like with all your shit and whatever, like I'm gonna tell the hotel security that there's a hotel room rented out and that it's filled with minors and that it has alcohol in it. And so then I was like, okay, like we need to fucking leave, like you're gonna get this party busted. And so then he was like, no, like no. And then after like 20 more minutes of that, he was like, okay, like let's go. And I'm like, yeah, duh. So then we leave, and somehow miraculously we end up like missing the security guard, but like we get downstairs and his mom is in the lobby and she's like, oh my God, if you guys literally came here like 5 minutes early, she's like, I literally already just told the people. Like, she's like, it's already over. And like Ashley's grandma's like in the lobby, like obviously pissed as fuck because like that's like illegal, you know what I mean? So like they didn't get like their money back for the hotel room. They just got kicked out of it and then they like couldn't use it. And so yeah, like he basically just like ended the after party and like it never even really started. Like they were only up there for like 20 minutes before this happened because like prom had just ended. So I was like, oh my fucking God, like fuck. And so then like we're getting in the car and the entire ride home it's like a scream match between the two of them, and I was like just so fucking over it. I was like, I literally don't even know why I came to this. Like I don't even know. I'm not even gonna say that it's not like I didn't know how it was gonna end, because I like you never really know how anything's gonna end, but like, you know what I mean? Like when like they were just screaming at each other in the car, I was having that like epiphany back to like when I was getting dressed and I was like excited about this. I'm like, why was I even excited to come here? Like I knew this was gonna happen. They always do shit like this. Like they always like literally fuck everything up around them. Like, why did I think this was gonna be a good idea? Like, can anybody else relate? Can anybody else relate on the level of stupidity, yo? Like like when you like really think back to that shit, right? And you know, like that was like the worst prom experience. Oh wait, hold on, actually I'm sorry, the story doesn't end there. The story ends when we went to school like the next school day and his friends were like, you owe me $200 for the fucking hotel room. And like I'm pretty sure that like he tried to like avoid paying it by just like not talking to them, and then he like didn't have any friends like after that. Like that was like a real thing. Like he was like, oh, I really fucked this up, like bye. Yeah, yo, so like comment below if your ex fucking ruined prom, like for everybody. Thank you for listening. I hope you liked it. If you want some more, like, comment, subscribe, follow my Instagram. Bye.